Runes and Bitcoin DeFi continue to get more and more bullish as every day goes on. And yesterday, one of the biggest moments in Rune history happened. Dog got listed on Moonshot. Now, if you don't know what Dog is the number one play in all of Bitcoin. And it is a massive meme coin. And they recently got listed on Moonshot. And Moonshot is one of the most popular ways to trade crypto coins in all of crypto. So a massive, massive deal there. The Moonshot app is absolutely huge. It's basically the easiest way, I guess, for normies or people to get onboarded to crypto and start trading meme coins and shit like that. I don't think Dog is listed on any major centralized exchanges. But also in this video, we're going to be talking about some other coins that I like in the Runes ecosystem and everything. I'm going to start making a lot more Runes content. Bitcoin DeFi content, all that other cool stuff. Now, Dog is very, very underrated and currently has a market cap of 470 and it's rank 116. So it's a very, very large coin. And if you take a look at this chart, you can see that it hit almost $1 billion market cap back in November and almost hit $1 billion actually back in 2024. Now, at the beginning of 2024, there was a lot of Runes hype that happened and the hype kind of died off. But it's starting to come back now. As you can see, it's recovered really, really well, sitting at 465 million, bottom out around, almost 100 million, something like that. But this is a very, very healthy looking chart. And honestly, if we see the alt market pick up, I think, and Bitcoin continue to pump, I think this coin could potentially go to over $1 billion, hit 1.5 billion to $2 billion. That seems like a rough estimate. Like, once again, it is recovered very, very, very well. And the thing with Bitcoin DeFi and the Runes ecosystem is it's continuing to get better every single day. The issue back in early 24 and even honestly still today, but it's getting a lot better now, is most of the DeFi applications were not very good. I think the products that are now utilizing ICP to build out Bitcoin DeFi are going to end up being the winner products because the user experience is much superior with the ICP Bitcoin DeFi products versus the Bitcoin DeFi products that are built on all these shitty side chains, if I'm just being completely honest. And we're starting to see a lot of great projects come up. We saw Odin Fund come in the last couple of months, which is a Bitcoin pump fund built on ICP, and Liquidium is going to be dropping a new project as well in a couple months. And it's going to be a cross-chain borrowing and lending platform with Bitcoin at its core, also going to be built on ICP. And I think people, as time goes on, I think more builders in the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem are starting to realize ICP is the most superior technology for building Bitcoin DeFi and also cross-chain technology as well. So not just Bitcoin DeFi, but just cross-chain in general, ICP is number one. And I think the user experience is going to get better on a lot of these applications. And I think there's going to be a lot of new good applications coming. And I think as that continues to evolve, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It honestly, having really good Bitcoin DeFi experience may not even happen this cycle. It may be something that turns out to be next cycle because it just takes long to develop shit. But as that continues to get better, more liquidity and more people are going to continue to trade on Bitcoin. That's kind of my personal thesis. As we know, Bitcoin is the GOAT. Should always be liquidity in Bitcoin because the coin is always doing good, always outperforming the altcoins. So that's kind of my general thesis around it. And Dog is the leading meme coin. So I think as your user experience continues to get better, all these Runes coins are probably going to start pumping harder. That's just my thesis around it. And Dog is the biggest meme coin. Once again, got listed on Moonshot. Absolutely huge. That's a big, big moment. You want to be listed on as many large centralized exchanges and apps like Moonshot. Absolutely huge. So Dog is probably, my number one play in all of Bitcoin DeFi. I think is absolutely huge. And the next coin I'm going to be talking about is Odin Dog. So Odin Dog is the coin of Bob Bodley, at least I think so. It says that he's the dev, at least according to this. Bob Bodley is the founder of Odin.fun, and this is kind of like, I think one of the first coins that was made on Odin.fun by Bob, at least allegedly. I'm going off of here. It's sitting around, I think, a $5 million market cap, and kind of the thesis around here is that Bob is obviously not even just a dev, he is also a KOL. As you can see, he has almost 50,000 followers. He has a ton of pull in the Bitcoin ecosystem. He's the founder of the largest, the platform that's doing the most trading in Bitcoin DeFi is Odin.fun. He's the founder of this, and he's also KOL as well. He has a ton of influence. So I think it's a solid long-term beta play on Odin.fun and Bob as a brand. So I think it's definitely a strong pick. Absolutely huge. And the next project I want to talk about, I don't have it pulled up here. I wish I did. But Liquidium has a rune as well. Liquidium, I think I could probably pull up here. Liquidium. Yeah, so Liquidium is their token sitting around a $5 million market cap, which I honestly think is completely undervalued and a steal, considering, I guess if you believe in the Bitcoin DeFi thesis. But they have a new product. They currently have a instant loans product for, runes, ordinals, etc. But their new product is what I'm super bullish on. And it's going to be the cross-chain borrowing lending platform. And the Liquidium token is going to be powering this entire ecosystem. So it's a rune, low cap. If the Bitcoin DeFi thesis plays out, it's possible long-term this thing can go to 9 to 10 figures in market cap. I don't think it's unreasonable if the whole thesis plays out. Once again, there's a lot of things that need to happen, but this could potentially do a 100x, I think, in my opinion. If by the time next cycle hits, and obviously it's a long-term thing, but if their borrowing and lending platform that's going to be coming up absolutely hits and becomes a monster a couple years from now, next cycle, it's not unreasonable to say this thing could hit potentially $500 million to $1 billion. That might sound like a really hot take now, and of course a lot of things need to happen. Bitcoin DeFi needs to get better. There needs to be more liquidity and volume, etc. But I'm just saying, this is like Liquidium token. This is not like, I guess, would be a short-term play for me. This would kind of be like a long-term bet for me, considering Bitcoin DeFi is looking very bullish. So we'll see what happens, of course. Just pure speculation, as always. But this is another token I really like. And now I want to talk about two tokens that are on KongSwap. KongSwap, if you guys don't know what KongSwap is, it is a DEX currently built. It's built on ICP and is a multi-chain DEX with multi-chain capabilities that are coming. Recently, we demoed the cross-chain swap from Solana to ICP, and there is a ton of potential with KongSwap. I run the marketing for KongSwap, by the way. And we actually have some runes that are on KongSwap. So if you want to trade runes the fastest way, use KongSwap, because all you have to do is bridge your rune from Bitcoin to ICP. In the future, you'll be able to have your rune on KongSwap. But what you have to do is bridge your runes from Bitcoin to ICP, and then put up an LP on KongSwap, and you're able to trade runes as fast as possible, literally 2-second fucking swaps, okay? And Ghost in the Node and iConfucius are two projects that have LPs up on KongSwap, and they're cooking. They're continuing to add more LP and everything. I think KongSwap could potentially be in the future a home to build out, Bitcoin DeFi. That is something we're bullish on. Once again, I run the marketing for it. Something we're bullish on internally. We're bullish on cross-chain, and we have a long-term vision. As long as Kong's able to keep going and things are able to keep being built, I think Kong is going to be an absolute powerhouse in the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem. Also, Kong is going to be integrating with a, Bitcoin DeFi projects. And there's one big Bitcoin DeFi project that's going to be coming in the future that will be integrating with Kong. I'm not going to say what it is. And if you made it this far, this is, good alpha. But yeah, I think KongSwap is going to be an absolute powerhouse when it comes to the Bitcoin DeFi space in the future. Once again, we've kind of observed that, hey, a lot of the Bitcoin DeFi products kind of suck. And at the end of the day, people care about user experience. So we're looking to build out the best user experience for Bitcoin DeFi, and Ghost in the Node and iConfucius are two runes. And there's also a couple other runes. Odin Dog, I think, is also on KongSwap. But if you want to trade runes fast, go to KongSwap, kongswap.io right here. And yeah, we'll probably, hopefully get a dog pool up there. We should definitely get a dog pool up there at some point. Really cool stuff to come. I'm super bullish on Bitcoin DeFi. I think there's a ton of potential here. I'm going to start making a ton of videos on this thing and talking about it and everything, because I really believe it is the future. As long as the user experience for Bitcoin DeFi can get better, which it will, because the ICP technology, it's going to make it, in my opinion. And it may not happen this cycle. We may not see $1 billion runners in Bitcoin DeFi this cycle, but I'm telling you guys, next cycle, when all this Bitcoin DeFi shit gets all built out and polished, super polished in the bear market, and I hate to say it, guys, it's probably not all going to get super polished in the next 6 months. It's just the reality of it. We don't know how long this bull market's going, but I think it probably ends 2025. We have tail off exit liquidity 2026 Q1. But yeah, things are getting better, and we're going to see a lot of new good stuff happen in the next 6 months. But I believe next cycle, Bitcoin DeFi could actually be the complete, the center of everything, because all these fucking altcoins just get wrecked by Bitcoin. So as long as Bitcoin DeFi can have a good user experience, which is something that it's lacked, and it's continuing to pick up. Like the Bitcoin, like the apps continue to get better and better and better. I've seen it firsthand. I've watched Bitcoin DeFi grow since the very beginning. So yeah, super bullish on everything that's going on. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure if you join my Telegram. We're posting a bunch of trades. We're hitting banger trades. First link in the description. Also, make sure you go follow me on X at @AaronBremser_. And thank you for watching.